Inventions. Introduction. When you think of an invention, what comes to mind? Is it something wacky or something useful every day? People all over the world come up with new inventions. These inventions often give us a better way to do something. Most inventions make life easier or more enjoyable. Invention isn't always a thing. An invention can also be a process. Examples of processes are ways of making certain metals or grease, or even kinds of cheese. Not every invention is useful. Over the years, there have been many weird inventions. All of these inventions were made to fulfill a need or a want. But many of these weird inventions either didn't work or caused more trouble than good. Inventions follow inventions. One invention often leads to another invention. For an example, let's look at the wheel. Long ago, the only way people could get from place to place was to walk. It could take days to walk long distances. Then someone invented the wheel. Next, people started putting wheels on logs and boards. These simple carts made it easier to carry goods and people. Pulling the carts was less work than walking and made it easier to travel farther distances. Then people started using horses, oxen, or mules to pull the carts. In the 1800s, the gasoline engine was invented. The engine could be placed on the carts and used to power the carts. Mules, horses, and oxen were not needed as much. Engines have led to the invention of many other things that help move people and goods from place to place. Some of these inventions are steamboats, cars, trains, and airport planes. These inventions help people and goods cross all continents in just a few days. Over time, more inventions made engines better. Today, jet engines help planes fly around the world in just a few hours. The jet engine and humans' desire to fly higher and faster led to the invention of a more powerful engine called the rocket engine. The rocket engine helps send people into space and to the moon. It took many steps and many years of inventing to get people from the first airplane to the spacecraft that took humans to the moon. Need is the mother of invention. Sometimes when people want to explore new places, such as the moon, or new things such as stars, they need new inventions. It has been said that need is the mother of invention. This means that a need for something forces people to invent ways to solve that problem. new inventions can make exploration possible or easier. People want to explore space. Space is different from Earth. Space has no air, which means there is no oxygen and no air pressure. Space is also very cold. People would not be safe in space without the right equipment. Scientists needed to invent ways for people to breathe in places where there was no air. They needed to invent new materials to keep both humans and spacecraft safe from extreme temperatures. Scientists invented spacesuits and buildings, building materials that would not crush under pressure. In fact, many new products were invented because people wanted to explore space. When people invent something, they usually apply for a patent. A patent ensures that only the person who wants the patent can make or sell the invention. If you have a patent, no one else can take your idea. Complicated products like cars may have hundreds of patents for the thousands of parts used to make them. Famous inventions. There have been millions of inventions over the year. Some of them, like the invention of light bulb, are well known. However, others are obscure. Most inventions get better over time. For example, Thomas Edison's first light bulb invented was 1879 has had many improvements since then. Think about how each invention in the timeline on the next page has changed and has been made better over the years. What would your life be like without these inventions? Computers then and now. Of all the inventions, so the last 50 years, none has changed our lives more than the computer. The computer is a machine that has many parts. Many people have helped make the computer what it is today. Many historians think that a German named Konrad Zuse invented the computer. In 1941, he used old materials to build the first computer. It could be programmed. It was used to do difficult math problems. Later, two professors from Iowa State University in the United States invented a more powerful computer. It was the first electronic digital computer. It was the size of the desk. It had more than 300 glass tubes and used 1 mile of wire. It weighed 700 pounds. That is 140 bags of flour. In 1944, two inventors worked together to build an even bigger and better computer. It was 55 feet long and 8 feet high. It filled a giant room and weighed 5 tons, or about as much as one elephant. It used lots of energy and needed a way to keep it cool, a way to help keep it cool. In 1947, the transistor was invented. This meant that computers would no longer need hundreds of large glass tubes, and smaller computers could be built. The invention of integrated circuits then took the jobs of many electronic parts and put them into one part. Then microprocessors were invented, which took lots and lots of integrated circuits and put them into one microchip. These improvements led to the computers we use today. But computers still needed other inventions. People needed to invent software to make the computer do different things. Also, people wanted a smaller screen and a mouse that was easier to use. Even more inventions came as people discovered new things to do with the computer.